Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Make Your Mind. This is the Saturday evening premiere. Thank you all for tuning in. I know that I've been doing these as much as I can, but with my schedule and everything going on, it's nice to be able to get back into the sort of live thing. So if you're watching this, go ahead and check the chat down below, and make your voice heard. If you guys have any comments, requests, or anything like that, so go ahead and leave them down there. I will get to the requests as soon as I can. I've had a bunch of them, and I've had a couple of videos released today, and I got a couple more coming on the way, which will be appearing on Wednesday. So tune in around then. But with that, let's begin, shall we? This is probably one of the more famous creatures from science fiction, mainly because this book has been around for a long time. Or I say book, it's actually a book series. It was a book series that was actually created in 1965. And it was written by an American author named Frank Herbert. And it was a science fiction book that certainly inspired many science fiction works basically since then. And it's been a pivotal one. And the reason why I'm emphasizing this is because, well, the movie is coming out this year. It's coming out October. And that movie is Dune. And it's a vast universe that's in this. And I have made one of the most famous creatures, if not the most famous creature, of the entire book series and of the movie. Now, for those of you who don't know, the first movie actually came out in 1985. This movie was actually adapted onto the big screen in 1985, and now with the new version coming out in 2021. And it's so cool that I get to be able to say that I'll be around when Dune will be in theaters again, and I'm very excited to both show off this sculpture and also to see the movie when it comes out. So definitely check out Dune, coming out October this year, 2021. And with that, let me introduce the Shai-Hulud, also known as the Sandworm. Look at this thing, huh? As you can see, this thing has got scrapes and scales going all down its body. And it has this line that I added to it, which would be like a sort of sensory organ that it would sense vibrations. Because the miners and the inhabitants of the planet Dune, also known as the planet Arrakis, they hunt for these creatures, but not for the creatures themselves, but for what the creatures bring to the surface. These creatures bring a substance known simply as spice. It's one of the most neuroactive, essentially stimulant drugs that can be found in this universe, and it's used for so many applications. And this is what the Sandworm is going to look like in the new movie, coming out this year. If you've seen the original movie, you can see that there's quite a few design changes, especially with the mouth. Originally, the Dune Sandworm actually had 3 parts to a mouth with tons of teeth on the inside. But in this one, it actually has more brushes. It actually has essentially what can be the same thing that you can find in whales, basically known as baleen. It's a type of brush that actually filters things out of the sand. Now, mind you, this creature here, the sandworms, these things are colossal in size. I mean, that mouth right there essentially has the ability to it can swallow a small town. These things are absolutely massive, and when they're found, all of the miners scramble to get close. And there's even the people of Arrakis that actually can ride these with a special tool, which you could see if you see any of the scenes. In fact, I'll leave a scene down below, in the link down below, so you can actually see how these creatures actually come about. And these things are they're just absolutely insane. But here's a little insight as to what the movie Dune, and in fact the book especially, is going to be about. Dune is set in the distant future amidst a feudal interstellar society in which various noble houses control planetary fiefs, basically territories. It tells the story of a young Paul Atreides, whose family accepts the stewardship of the planet Arrakis, also known colloquially as the planet Dune. While the planet is an inhospitable and sparsely populated desert wasteland, it is the only source of the melang, or the spice, a drug that extends life and enhances mental abilities. As melang can only be produced on Arrakis, control of the planet is thus a coveted and dangerous undertaking. The story explores the multi-layered interactions of politics, religion, ecology, technology, and human emotion as the factions of the Empire confront each other in a struggle for the control of Arrakis and the spice that comes from it. And these creatures, the sandworms, are coveted almost like gods, because they have the ability with these massive mouths and their massive bodies. They can bring the spice up from the desert sands from deep down below, and wherever these creatures go, they filter through the sand, and whatever comes out, that's the spice. And that spice is what has actually helped the different societies of this universe to in fact create faster than light travel, to be able to create interstellar navigation, and essentially this substance is allowed them a higher mind and a higher train of thought, to where they can come up with these incredibly advanced technologies. Now, in fact, Dune is only the first of 5 books, actually, 6 books, which in fact you will see the ones that are known as Dune Messiah, the Children of Dune, God Emperor of Dune, Heretics of Dune, and Chapter House Dune. And it's an extensive series. It's truly an incredible work. It's been a long time since I've actually read the book, but I'll be honest, I think I may, with just the hype coming out for this movie and everything else, I think I'm actually going to re-get the book again. I had a copy of it a long time ago when I was a kid. I actually got a copy from my grandfather. He was big into science fiction, and that's sort of what helped me get into it. And, God, I couldn't imagine seeing one of these things. This mouth, by the way, when you see the trailer, and if you look at the trailer, I'll leave a link down in the description below so you can go check out the trailer that actually showcases the sandworm. This mouth is just insane. It's insane how massive these creatures are. They come out of the ground and they can literally swallow, anything. These mouths are essentially, this mouth is like 5 stories high. They're absolutely massive. These creatures are just huge, and they're, like I said, in the book, What an amazing looking thing. Let's see here. Famous filmmaker Alejandro Jodorowsky had acquired the rights in the 1970s to make an extravagant 10-hour adaptation of the book, but the project fell apart. The effort to make the film was later documented in the documentary film Jodorowsky's Dune, released in 2013. There have been 2 separate live-action attempts released prior to the film, but 1984's Dune, produced by Rafael de Laurentiis and directed by David Lynch, which I know I've known David Lynch before. He actually directed Alien 3, which, you know, I mean, take it with a grain of salt. That movie is good and bad in some aspects, but the Dune movie is actually very, very good. I like it. And a miniseries in the year 2000 on the Sci-Fi Channel was actually created for Dune. So there's been a lot of adaptations of this movie. And I don't want to... I've been slightly vague when it comes to many of the things about it, because I really do want you guys to go and check out the movie. Go and check out clips here on YouTube. I'll have a couple down in the description below. And it's just amazing. It's an amazing thing. But with that... Turn off the music there. But with that, that concludes the video. I don't want to give away too many spoilers of the upcoming movie, so I will just say, go to your local theater, or if you have HBO Max, go check it out. October 1st, 2021, Dune will be coming to your screen, either in your local theater or at home. And with that, that concludes the video. If you enjoy this content, don't forget to leave a like down below, and remember to subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications, so you don't miss the next video. I've got a couple of viewer request videos coming out next week, and some of them will be pertaining to the recent release of Subnautica Below Zero. I have done a lot of sculptures from Subnautica Below Zero, so if you want to go check those out, go check this out right here. This is my Subnautica sculpture playlist, and I've made sculptures both from the base game and also from Below Zero, and I've also created a couple of mods as well, a couple of creatures that are mods. I've made them into sculpture form, so definitely go check those out. If you wish to support the channel, I have a paypal.me below if you wish to donate directly, but if you'd like to get a little something to show some appreciation for the channel, I do have an Etsy store where I do sell handmade pins. I make all of these by hand. I have my first edition Watermark pin, my original pin, and I have my Gargantuan pin. I will only be making 20 of these, so get them while you can. I make all of these by hand. You know, how many YouTubers you know that make their merch by hand, huh? So definitely go check it out. I have the link down below for my Etsy store. And, for the next premiere, can I give any hints without giving it away? Can I give any hints? Ooh, that's going to be a tough one. You know, I can't tell you all what it is. All I know is that a lot of you are going to be very excited. This one has been heavily requested for my channel. You may be able to guess it, you may not, but if you can guess it, excellent. I'm going to keep it vague, though. All I will say is, tune in on Wednesday for the sculpture preview, where you'll get a first-hand taste of what's to come for the next premiere. And with that, thank you all for checking this out. Thank you all for watching this live if you're here and chatting down below. I appreciate all of you guys, and thank you if you've watched afterwards. The extra views on the channel just help out to get this channel bigger, and I am nearly to 600 subscribers. At this point, I'm currently at 580. And thank you all for your support. Seriously, just a lot of good stuff coming. I know I'm not able to put out as much videos as I used to, but with that, hopefully I can make some better content in the future. It is in the works. So with that, thank you all for watching, and I will see all of you on the next Sculpture Showcase.